So what is up everyone? Today I'm going to show you how to build a full client organization system purely using make.com and Google Sheets. So I'm not going to yap for too long. Let's get straight into it. First thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Automly.pro. If you don't know what this is, it's my app. It builds you automations in basically seconds. Now you're going to click on the sign up button, but I already have an account, so I'm just going to log in. Now, while I'm signing in, I just want to show you what we're going to be working with data-wise, and this is what we have. We have two different Google Sheets. We have age and we have country. We are going to receive three sources of information about the client. We're going to receive their name, their age, and their country. And then they're going to get classed here. Country, we have three options. We have Canada, we have US, and we have India. And then for age, we have under 16, 16 to 18, 18 to 30, and 30 plus. Now, once you are logged in, you're going to go to the builder and you're going to make sure that you are on the generate page. You do not want to be on the analyze and you do not want to be on the fix. What I'm going to do here is this. I'm going to say when a webhook is received with the client's name, name, age, and country, take that information through a router with 7 different Google Sheets modules, 3 for the country, and 4 for the age. They will then be added to one of those. And then you're just gonna click on generate. So about a minute later, we already have a blueprint. So let me just download the JSON and I'll show you how to import it into Make. So once you're logged in on make.com, you are going, I already created it, but I'm just gonna recreate it to show you. You're going to click on create a scenario. And then you're going to click on here, click on the import and choose it as a file. Once you choose it, you should have something that looks like this. So I'll tell you what you're going to do right now. You're going to divide the first 3, you're going to keep them for the country. So I'm going to move them like this. And then the 4 others, you're going to do them for the age. And you're going to set up filters one by one. And I'll show you how to set those up. So you're basically going to set them up depending on the variable you're going to get from the webhook, which I'm actually going to show you how to get right now. So just click on your webhook. Usually what's going to happen is when you are using an app like Vapi or anything like that, that's a third-party service and they accept webhooks, they are going to name it for you and they're going to give you data. But just in my case, to show you like a more generalized approach, I'm going to create the data myself. After creating a webhook, which literally took 5 seconds, I'm going to copy the address, I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to run the whole thing once. After running the whole thing once, I'll go on here, I'll type the webhook. You do not have to do this part. This is purely just so I can create artificial data. But I'm going to do a question mark, and then I'm going to type name equals John, and age equals 23, and then I'm going to type and country equals US. So now it has been accepted, and as we see here, it ran. Now it's fine that there are errors because we haven't set anything up, but you're basically going to set up filters right now. For the first 3, you're just going to do them on the country, and then you're going to write the 3 countries we have. That's in my case. But for you, you can do whatever you want. So for the first 3, I'm going to type country equals Canada, country equals US, and country equals India. The age is going to be a bit more complicated, but basically we have under 16. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the text operators, you're going to switch it, and you're going to find the numerical operators. So it's down here. I'm gonna write less than 16, and then we're going to pick age. Boom. For the second age one, we have 2 conditions. So they are either 16, 17, or 18. So here we're going to go to numerical operators, and we're going to write greater than or equal to 16. We're going to pick the age, so this means they can either be 16 or more, but this section also doesn't pass 18-year-olds, so we're going to put and age. We're not going to put equals to, we're going to go back to numerical, and we are going to put less than or equals to 18. This means they can either be 16, 17, or 18, and you're going to save. For the third one, this one is between 18 and 30, but we already did 18 in the section before, so now you're just going to do greater than, not greater than or equals to, just greater than. So you're going to do age greater than 18. Then you're also going to add another condition. You're going to click and. It has to be less than 30. But for me, personally, I'll make it 30 and under. So it can also be 30. So I'm going to put age less than or equals to 30. So this means they can be anything above 18 and anything 30 and under. And then for the last one, I'm just going to simply pick age greater than. Now, of course, you can customize this to whatever filters you have. If it's words, if it's numbers, whatever it is, you can customize it here. And then I'm going to click on save. And right now what you're going to do is just going to connect it. You're going to make a connection, which is very straightforward. And then after making a connection, you're just going to connect your Google Sheets, the Google Sheets that you want. After connecting the Google Sheets that you want, you're going to take the value. So we want to put their name in a specific country for the countries, and we want to put their name in a specific age group for the ages. So you're going to go to the country of the filter. I think that makes sense. And you're just going to click on name and you're going to save it. What I mean by that is this one, for example, has the Canada filter. So I'm going to go here. I connected everything. I'm going to make sure that the name is in Canada. And I'm going to do that for all of them. I'm going to connect the Google Sheets account, and then I'm going to add the variable in the right spot. So once you are done doing all of that, you're just going to simply save it. And then we're going to test it. So we're going to run it once. You can ignore the Google Sheets thing. And we're going to put random things. So let's say the country is, let's put India. Let's put the age to 19. And let's put the name to Jack. So let me run it. So I'm going to click on the run once and run it. Okay, so right now, as you can see, it picked this one. The one icon means that it's the one that went through the filter. So this one went through because it's India, which makes sense. And then for this one on the bottom right here, this one went through because this one is 16 and under. This is 16 to 18, and this is over 18. So it went through and it's the right one. So if we go back here, and we refresh it, as we can see, Jack is in India. And then if you go to the age, you're going to see that Jack is also between 18 and 30. Now, one more little pro tip that you can use, which I'm not going to build out because it's too complicated, but I'll try to briefly explain it. It will be there in another video. Basically what it is if you go here and let's say you have a variable that's way too complicated to be classified this way, as in like a yes or no sort of thing. So for example, like let's say you have a client query coming in through the webhook, and it kind of has to identify like, is it urgent? Is it non-urgent? Is it a refund? Whatever it is. And you want to organize something like that. What you're going to do is you're going to go to ChatGPT and you're going to find the generate a completion. You are then going to connect your ChatGPT account. By the way, this is going to be done before the router, just so you know. And then what you're going to do with the ChatGPT is you are going to pick a model. Pick a cheaper one if you think it's not too vague. Like if he has to identify, for example, the difference between a statement and a question. But pick a more advanced and more obviously expensive model. If he has to like kind of filter through complicated, vague things. Like for example, the difference between an urgent question and a non-urgent question. So I'm going to pick, for example, just to show you guys, 5.1 latest, whatever. And then you're going to add a message. In your message, what you're going to type is determine if, let's say it was question instead of name. So you're going to write determine if question is urgent or non-urgent. Respond only with Y if it is, and N if it isn't. And then you're going to do this. So what's going to happen after that is you're going to go to your Google Sheets. Only difference that changes here is instead of having the filter depend straight on what's coming from the webhook, you're going to change it to be the result from ChatGPT. So for example, if you were trying to determine if it's urgent or non-urgent and you had 2 Google Sheets instead of 7, for one of them, you would have, now it's not showing because I didn't run ChatGPT yet, but you would have, for example, question. No, so you would have the result from ChatGPT. There is a specific variable called result equals y, and then you would have results equals n. And depending on that, your Google Sheets would class, and it's as simple as that. But now you know how to build a full client management system and organization system using Google Sheets. Now, as always, if you want to build your automations like this, go check out Automly. It really helps. This is simple automation, so you could have built it yourself in like what, maybe 10, 20 minutes. But when it gets really complicated and there are a lot more modules to it, that's when you're going to need an app like Automly. So go check it out, have fun, and go automating.